You're afraid of what you might become if you actually tried. That line, simple, raw, and painfully true, captures the soul of Good Will Hunting. Today, we're peeling back the layers of this unforgettable classic with 20 shocking facts you didn't know, from behind-the-scenes struggles and emotional secrets to the hidden meanings buried inside the script. Because this isn't just a movie about a genius janitor, it's about all of us who've ever doubted our worth. We'll uncover how two unknown friends from Boston changed Hollywood forever, how Robin Williams turned pain into poetry, and how one classroom speech still echoes through decades. So sit back, because as Sean McGuire might say,
You'll have bad times, but that'll always wake you up to the good stuff you weren't paying attention to.
welcome to Rewatch Club, where every film isn't just rewatched, it's rediscovered. Number 1, the script that nobody wanted. Before Good Will Hunting became a masterpiece, it was nearly nothing. Matt Damon wrote the first draft as a college assignment at Harvard, just 40 pages long, for his screenwriting class. The story was raw, personal, and far darker than what we saw on screen.
Occurrences and these people and careers that happen all the time, and I really don't want to be one of those. I really want to be here in 50 years.
He showed it to his best friend, Ben Affleck, another struggling actor from Cambridge. Together, they expanded it into a full script. But here's the shocking part. Over 40 studios rejected it. Why? Because no one believed two unknown kids could write something this good. Hollywood saw it as too smart for its own good. One studio even told them to cut the therapy parts and turn it into a government conspiracy thriller. But Damon and Affleck refused. They believed in the humanity of the story, not explosions or CIA chases. That stubbornness is the reason the film we love today even exists. Number 2, Robin Williams saved the movie. When the script finally landed at Miramax, Robin Williams was the missing piece that made it real. Producers agreed to finance the movie only if they could attach a big name. And Williams said yes after reading just one draft. But it wasn't just star power he brought. Robin completely reshaped the emotional tone of the film.
What, you lift?
Yeah. And Nautilus?
No, free weights.
Oh, really?
His warmth, timing, and quiet intensity gave Sean McGuire his soul. The bench scene, the one that makes everyone cry, was filmed in a single day. And here's the part most people don't know. That long take almost didn't happen.
Do you think I'd know the first thing about how hard your life has been? How you feel, who you are? Because I read Oliver Twist.
Heavy rain rolled in, and the crew wanted to reshoot. Robin refused. He said, "No, that's life. Let's keep the clouds." It's that imperfect, melancholy atmosphere that gives the moment its magic. Number 3, the famous fart story was completely improvised. One of the film's most touching moments is also one of its funniest. In the scene where Sean opens up to Will about his late wife, he tells a silly story about her farting in her sleep.
She had all sorts of wonderful little idiosyncrasies. She used to fart in her sleep.
That wasn't in the script. It was pure Robin Williams improvisation. Matt Damon and the crew were genuinely laughing, not acting.
One night it was so loud it woke the dog up.
You can even see the camera shake slightly because the cinematographer was trying not to laugh. Gus Van Sant left it in because it captured the soul of the movie. That life isn't about grand ideas or brilliance. It's about small, human moments. Number 4, Ben and Matt snuck a test scene into the script to catch fake producers. Early in their Hollywood journey, Damon and Affleck kept meeting with producers who claimed to have read their script, but clearly hadn't. So they decided to test them. They added a fake scene in the middle of the screenplay, a wild, completely out-of-place moment where Will and Chucky start making out.
Hey, what happened? You get leniency or what?
I got probation and then counseling 2 days a week.
Whenever a producer said, "Love that part where the friends kissed," they instantly knew the person was lying. That story has since become a Hollywood legend, a reminder of how two unknown dreamers fought to keep control of their story in a system built to take it from them. Number 5, Robin Williams and Matt Damon only filmed the therapy scenes. Once. Director Gus Van Sant wanted authenticity above all else. He believed that real emotion can't be perfectly repeated. So he shot almost all the therapy sessions between Will and Sean in single takes. That's why their chemistry feels so real. You're not watching actors perform emotion. You're witnessing two human beings connect in real time.
Want to read it?
Why? Have you had any experience with that?
20 years of counseling. Yeah, I've seen some pretty awful shit.
Williams once said those sessions reminded him of talking to someone who was me 25 years ago. And Damon later admitted that those days changed him forever, both as an actor and a person. Number 6, the It's Not Your Fault scene. broke everyone on set. The heart of Good Will Hunting is the moment Sean repeats.
This is not your fault.
It's one of the most emotional scenes ever filmed. And here's the truth. It wasn't rehearsed. Robin Williams and Matt Damon agreed to keep the dialogue loose and trust their instincts. So when Robin began saying those words, he wasn't reading lines. He was feeling them.
I know. No, you don't. It's not your fault. I know. It's not your fault.
Damon's tears were completely real. He later said it felt like someone had reached into his chest and finally let him breathe. Even the sound guy was crying. That's not a metaphor. The boom mic dipped into the frame because the operator couldn't hold it steady. That moment captured what makes the film immortal. Forgiveness doesn't come through logic. It comes through love. Number 7. The ending that made Harvey Weinstein cry. For all his notorious control over films, Harvey Weinstein didn't touch the ending of Good Will Hunting. He wanted to. At first, he suggested adding a twist. Maybe Will doesn't go after Skyler, or maybe Sean dies. But when Damon and Affleck screened their version for him, Weinstein reportedly cried. He told them, "Don't touch it. It's perfect." That raw, hopeful ending, Will driving off to
I had to go see about a girl.
became one of the most iconic conclusions in movie history. It wasn't just a line. It was closure for everyone who's ever been afraid to take a leap. Number 8. The real-life friendship that built the film. Matt Damon and Ben Affleck weren't just co-writers. They were survivors of the same dream. Both grew up in working-class Cambridge, just a few blocks apart, sharing acting classes and scripts before they could even afford rent. They had one rule: if one of us makes it, we both make it. That pact is the reason Good Will Hunting exists. When the movie finally took off, studios kept trying to separate them, offering Matt solo deals or bigger paychecks if he'd drop Ben. He refused every single time. That loyalty became the emotional DNA of Will and Chucky's friendship, two guys who refused to let each other sink.
Plus, it's like 5 to 2 Morgan ends up marrying her, you know what I mean? There's only so many times you could bang your friend's future wife.
The irony? Their real friendship is now as famous as the movie itself. Number 9, Casey Affleck's lines were mostly ad-libbed. While Damon and Ben crafted the story, Casey Affleck, Ben's younger brother, brought the wild energy. His character, Morgan, constantly interrupts, complains, and jokes through scenes. And most of that, completely unscripted. Gus Van Sant just told him, "Be the annoying kid from the neighborhood. Don't think, just react." Casey later said he felt like he was the noise in the middle of genius. But that's exactly why his presence works. It adds real-world imperfection, the chaos of youth, and the comedy that keeps heavy films human. Watch closely during the car scene when Chucky mocks Will for turning down job offers. The laughter is genuine.
Establish a good line of credit. You like how you bought your couch. Payment plans.
Those are old friends laughing the way real friends do, with love, sarcasm, and shared history. Number 10, the Harvard scene that almost got them arrested. The famous sequence where Will solves the math problem on a blackboard at MIT. It's one of the most iconic scenes in the film, and it was shot illegally. Matt Damon, an actual Harvard student at the time he began writing the story, wanted to capture that authentic Cambridge energy. But Harvard's campus refused to grant permission for filming, so the crew shot guerrilla style at night, sneaking equipment past security. Legend says a campus guard caught them midway through setup. But when Damon explained it was his script, the guard smiled and said, "Just don't get caught again." That one stolen night gave the movie its authentic Boston soul. Number 11, Minnie Driver nearly lost the role of Skyler. Producers originally didn't want Minnie Driver as Skyler. They said she wasn't sexy enough to play Damon's love interest. Matt and Ben fought hard for her, threatening to walk away if the studio interfered. They believed Skyler had to feel real, not like a fantasy. And when she auditioned, she blew everyone away. Her chemistry with Damon was instant, so much so that the two actually started dating during production.
I think we should just get out of the way now.
Right now?
No.
That off-screen connection gave their love scenes the vulnerability that no script could fake. Years later, Damon called her the emotional truth of the movie. Number 12, Gus Van Sant wanted to kill off Sean Maguire. Believe it or not, the film almost ended with Sean, Robin Williams' character, dying of a heart attack. Gus Van Sant suggested it early in development, thinking it might add weight. Damon and Affleck disagreed completely. They argued the movie wasn't about tragedy, it was about healing. In the end, they convinced Van Sant to let Sean live, and thank God they did. That choice gave the story hope. It allowed Robin's final lines to linger as wisdom, not sorrow.
Because you'll have bad times, but that'll always wake you up to the good stuff.
It's the ending we all needed, not the one Hollywood expected. Number 13, the therapy office was built around Robin Williams' energy. Gus Van Sant wanted Sean's office to feel warm, like a sanctuary in a cold world. So instead of designing it traditionally, they let Robin Williams decorate it himself. He filled it with books, small paintings, and personal trinkets from his own home. Every object had meaning, a tiny anchor to Robin's real life and past experiences. Even the lighting was adjusted to feel like late afternoon sunlight, golden, melancholic, but safe.
You'll have bad times, but that'll always wake you up to the good stuff you weren't paying attention to.
That's why every time Will enters that space, you subconsciously relax. It's the only place in the film where pain turns into peace. Number 14. The line, "I gotta go see about a girl," was born from real love. Few lines in movie history feel as sincere as Will's final note.
Just tell him, sorry. I had to go see about a girl.
Turns out, that line was inspired by a true story from Matt Damon's father. He once skipped a big event to follow his heart and meet the woman who'd become Matt's mother. When Damon told Ben the story, they instantly knew it belonged in the script. That's why it hits so hard, because it's real. It's not written to impress, it's written to remember. And the day they shot that final scene, the entire crew applauded. Not because it was cinematic, but because it was honest. Number 15. The scene that made Matt Damon break character. There's a moment in the film, subtle, almost invisible, where Matt Damon completely breaks character. It happens when Robin Williams starts teasing him about not knowing real loss.
Because the doctors could see in your eyes that the terms visiting hours don't apply to you. You don't know about real loss.
Robin adds an unscripted line, something about his wife's imperfections, that hits Damon so hard he starts genuinely laughing and tearing up at the same time. Gus Van Sant later said, "That wasn't Will laughing, that was Matt." Instead of cutting, they left it in because it blurred the line between acting and truth. That's what makes this film so powerful. Its best moments aren't performed, they're lived. Number 16. The Southie accents were a matter of pride. Most directors would have toned down the heavy Boston accents, but Gus Van Sant did the opposite. He told the cast, "Don't clean it up. This movie isn't supposed to sound like Hollywood." So the actors, many of them locals, leaned into it hard. Matt Damon's friends from Cambridge even came to set just to make sure he didn't soften the dialect. Ben Affleck later joked, "We didn't have dialogue coaches. We had our cousins." That authenticity gave the film its pulse. It wasn't just set in Boston, it was Boston. Number 17. The hidden mathematical genius behind the scenes. While Matt Damon's character, Will, is a self-taught math prodigy, the actual equations in the film were designed by real MIT professor Patrick O'Donnell. He worked directly with the production team to ensure every problem was legitimate and challenging. One of the equations on the hallway blackboard, the one Will casually solves, is based on a combinatorial algebra theorem that took real mathematicians years to prove. Damon once joked, "I had no idea what I was writing, but I had to look like I did." That contrast, a genius janitor solving equations he doesn't belong near, became a metaphor for the entire film. Brilliance can come from anywhere. Number 18. The movie was shot almost entirely in sequence. Most movies film scenes out of order for efficiency, but Good Will Hunting was shot almost chronologically, scene by scene. Why? Because Gus Van Sant wanted the audience to feel Will's emotional growth through the actors themselves. By the time they reached the final scene, Will leaving town, Matt Damon had actually lived through months of emotional evolution. It's why his final smile feels so genuine. He wasn't acting out the ending, he was saying goodbye to it. Number 19. The film's Oscar speech was a real-life fairy tale. When Good Will Hunting won 2 Oscars, for Best Original Screenplay and Best Supporting Actor, the world witnessed something rare. 2 lifelong friends living their dream. Matt Damon was 27, Ben Affleck was 25.
And the Oscar goes to Ben Affleck and Matt Damon!
As they walked on stage, shaking from disbelief, they shouted out everyone from their high school drama teachers to their moms. Robin Williams, sitting in the audience, was crying. And after the ceremony, he told Damon, "You boys did something people spend their whole lives trying to do. And you did it together." That line feels like it could have come straight from Sean Maguire himself. Number 20. The bench in Boston became a sacred place. After Robin Williams passed away in 2014, fans from all over the world traveled to Boston Public Garden, to the exact bench where he filmed his famous monologue. They covered it with flowers, quotes, and handwritten notes. Many wrote, "It's not your fault." That bench became more than a movie location. It became a monument to kindness, empathy, and the beauty of imperfection. Even today, people still visit it, quietly sitting down as if waiting for Sean Maguire to start talking again. It's proof that some films don't just age. They live on in the hearts of those who needed them most. In the end, Good Will Hunting isn't about math, or therapy, or even genius. It's about choosing to believe you're worth something, even when the world told you otherwise. From two struggling kids in Boston to an Oscar-winning masterpiece, this film reminds us that raw honesty and human connection will always outshine perfection. So, if this story moved you, leave a like, not for the algorithm, but for that one movie that reminded you you're not alone. And tell us below, which moment from Good Will Hunting still hits you the hardest? The bench scene? It's not your fault? Or Will finally seeing about a girl? Because around here, we're not just watching movies, we're feeling them again and again. Welcome home to Rewatch Club.